Hi, my name is Abby Kerr. I am a instructional design student at the University of Colorado, Denver, a mom to a toddler, and a former preschool teacher and tutor. I believe wholly in reading and education, but reading and education are kind of hard to intertwine with the family dynamic of everyday life. We're living in the golden age of parenting. We have so much information about a child's development at our fingertip. The benefits of early childhood reading, which is ages 0 to 5, are vast. Some of them are obvious, and some of them aren't as obvious, like neurological and social. Some of the less obvious ways that reading can impact a child's life is through math. This is a survey that was done by the National Education Alliance about reading and math and a student's ability to be able to count to 20 or higher before kindergarten. Reading also impacts a child's ability to use their own fine motor skills. And this survey, also done by the National Education Alliance, shows that children who were read to more frequently were able to write their names faster than children who weren't. This is probably having to do with letter recognition that they noticed from reading. Sure, data's great, but in the reality of parenting, it's not always that simple. It's not always this idyllic picture of my partner reading to my daughter on the couch. Look, she's engaged and she's happy and she's listening, probably even saying the words along. But in some cases, this is the reality. She's taxed. I'm taxed. It's the end of the day, and she doesn't want to sit in my lap and read a book. She wants to go to bed, play with her toys, do anything than read before bedtime. How do parents deal with it every night, trying to get this educational developmental goal in and not being able to? This is where interactive reading techniques come in. A study done by the University of Buffalo showed that children who are read to interactively or engaged with during reading were more likely to recognize vocabulary words than children who weren't. So, what does that mean to you as a parent? The major thing about this is that you have to change your idea about what reading is to you. It's not that idyllic picture of a child sitting in your lap playing. It's more about getting them to interact with the story and be present in the moment with you than it is about finishing the story and having them look at all the pictures. So here are some techniques. Interactive reading techniques are used in school with older kids, but I've curtailed some of them to fit into the early childhood years just because I feel like it works, especially when you have wiggly kids. So all you need to really remember are 4 consonants: L for language, M for movement, N for numbers, G for games. Bolstering your child's language skills is really easy to do with interactive reading techniques, and it doesn't always involve you sitting with a book on your lap. It also will help your child reach its CDC recommended goals that by the age of 5, they speak in full sentences, can tell a story with a beginning, middle, and end, and know most of their letters and numbers. Language techniques I like to use are incorporating songs and listening to podcasts for kids in the home, even listening to books on tape in the car, encouraging my child to ask questions about vocabulary words and even use big words that she doesn't know. Also, pointing out letters and numbers as you're driving around in everyday activities can really help. Movement isn't associated with reading. Reading is a solitary, still activity. Movement is chaos. How do you combine these two to keep a child engaged and hit your CDC recommendation goal of being able to have your child print numbers and letters by the age of 5? Well, I use movement whenever we read. I get her to act out verbs. I try to read to her in the bath while she's eating, let her move around while I read. Another thing that I like to do that encourages print is make lists in front of her. Let her use pens and papers and watch me use pens and paper. The monkey see, monkey do activity really helps. Reading and numbers are not as obvious as some of the other techniques on how to incorporate them into your reading. But by acknowledging numbers everywhere, by the age of 5, your child should reach their developmental goal of being able to count to 10 or more, knowing shapes, and understanding the value of money. As numbers are part of our everyday life, we don't really notice them around us. But being able to point it out to kids will really help them see numbers everywhere, counting things out in books and during pictures. Another thing that numbers help us with is sequencing, like being able to tell a story. So, starting at beginning, middle, and end, and helping a child understand sequencing with numbers is really great. Games. This is my favorite one. So, games are super engaging and kids always want to play them. Did you know that by the age of 5, a child should be able to make their own games, understand and how to create a story, and even play what's next? So, how do you use games? So, games are super easy to incorporate into reading. You can have them find things and reward them. Also, this is another great place to put sequencing and all the other stuff we've talked about into game form. You know your kids better than anyone, and you know what will excite them and what will make them want to be engaged with your reading. So, make it into a game. So, all this stuff is great, but where do I get free resources to get all this stuff done? Your local library. It's free. There's librarians who know how to use interactive reading techniques, and there's also books that already have built in reading techniques in them. So, check out your local library. It's a great place to connect with other parents and get free resources about reading. The Dolly Parton Imagination Library is one of my favorite programs that is throughout the world. It is a free program where you sign your child up and receive a free book until they turn 5 once a month. It also comes with interactive reading techniques for you to use as a parent. There's no reason not to sign up. In summation, I want to thank you for getting to the end of this presentation. I also want to thank you for your time because I know you're rather busy. So I hope that you have found some of my ideas helpful and that has changed your mind on what reading is. I guess I'll let you get to reading.